I've got to clear coat the decals, and I'm missing one decal up here. I may have it in my decal thing, but I don't know yet. I've got a bunch of decals loose around there, so I'll check it out. But I may have to order one. I re-vinyled this cat. This is plasti dip vinyl with two coats of a matte epoxy flat. It came together. There was pretty good few hiccups. It was pretty bad shape when I started. That tank was completely, there was epoxy all the way around the oil pump on the inside where that rubber tube is. They had tried to seal it. The tank was leaking from both sides, around on the oil hoop pump side and on the tank side. So they had dumped all kind of stuff inside the tank, and eventually they took this tank off and they put a layer of fiberglass in here where you only had a little bit of tank left, and this all was sealed off. But I don't think this thing ever ran after. They probably dropped it and they didn't know how to seal it right. So they just tried to patch it together, and they probably spent a lot of time on it, but they didn't know how to put it back together right and keep it. So I don't think it ever ran. That's why it was in fairly good shape. I can't think of anything. The original clutch cover had a chunk out of it down here at the bottom, which most of them do. This doesn't fit on tight because I don't have a bar. Some of this is kind of tricky to get to, like painting that black on there, but it's not as tricky as some of them. So, yeah, this one's going to go up on the shelf. And I checked it out. It has good spark. I rebuilt the carburetor. It's got a new sprocket on it, 8.2 3/8 inch sprocket. That ought to run pretty fast. I had to rework some of the threads on the muffler. It's a new old stock piston and cylinder, thanks to Nick Rinaldi. And a new old stock buck and spike, new old stock spring. It has quite a few little new old stock parts. I'm getting better at putting one of these together, but there's still a lot to them, and taking one apart and putting it back together little by little. So I did this one a while back, and I thought it had spark, but apparently it doesn't. So I'm gonna take the flywheel off. I've got another coil in it. I'll try a condenser first, but this one's going to be for sale. I don't collect auto oilers. That's kind of a custom metal flake Chrysler blue, but it's a nice 77cc saw. Has good compression. It's a good saw, but it needs to have spark. So when I get spark, it'll be up for sale. I'll probably put it on there about $325, which isn't bad for a nice 77cc saw, I don't think. So, like I said, got to clear coat the decals on this, and that's about it. Get one more decal for this white spot here. That says automatic oiler, and then it says direct drive, and then it has some small letters in there. I don't know what it is. New fuel line in it. New filter. What they did was, this older saw had a screw-in barb to go into the tank rather than a grommet, and I don't know what happened, but they took a grinder and grinded it off, and then broke off the inside, and then shoved the hose through the hole with no grommet, no sealant. It was a mess. So I had to retap those threads with a 1/4 inch pipe thread, NPT, whatever that's called, narrow pipe thread. But and then I plumber's puttied the new barb in there, and it was tight and it's sealed. So, like I said, I don't think this thing ever ran after they dropped it. It was otherwise, and a lot of it was in really pretty good shape. So anyway, I'll put this one up on the shelf pretty soon. That's it.